We have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security Benefits, SSI, SSDI, and also Social Security A. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you for your support, everybody, and thank you for watching this channel. As a way for me to show my appreciation to you, I want to give away a free $60 Amazon gift card. So here, everybody, here's the code for your free $60 Amazon gift card. If you'd like to redeem the code, just enter it in the checkout aisle. And all you gotta do to enter it is subscribe to the channel. First of all, it's happening, and you may start to receive extra monthly benefits soon. The recent cuts to SNAP benefits have made a huge impact on the economy, but as the Federal Reserve warns the country to expect a recession, state lawmakers are passing new bills that will boost benefits by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And now, extra SNAP payments during the crisis expired in March and left millions of people with smaller SNAP balances in their accounts. This cut reduced monthly benefit amounts by at least $95 as Americans continue to deal with the largest annual increase in food prices since the 80s. And according to Morgan Stanley estimates, this reduction has had a rippling effect as cuts led to a $4 billion economic slump in March, while consumers have tightened their belts. Things are not looking good. Yahoo News reports that the retail sales are typically an essential guide of shoppers into confidence and financial stability. Consumer health is vital in determining the overall state of the economy, and now the expiration of SNAP benefits is another catalyst that will lead consumers to become more cautious and spenders in allocating a greater share of their wallet away from discretionary items. So while sales fell across the board for many brick-and-mortar stores, online retail sales are up 1.9%, and Reuters has even pointed that it is likely due to consumers looking for details and discounts to get lower prices. Even data from Bank of America also revealed that Americans slowed their usage of credit card and debit cards recently. A slowing economy can be an indicator of a potential recession, meaning less money headed to your wallet and more money moving out, depending on where you live, that is. The credit is available to certain California households that qualify for SNAP, and in 2014, the state SNAP agency, CalFresh, began issuing state utility assistance subsidy benefits to qualifying households. Under the program, the state can increase food benefits for certain SNAP households as well, if they also qualify for heating assistance under the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. The senator has also introduced the introduction of a bill that would expand and strengthen SNAP benefits for more than 40 million Americans. The Closing the Meal Gap Act would actually increase the baseline for SNAP and eliminate eligibility, because we know that many financial experts have spent much of 2022 warning consumers to gear up for another recession. And yes, that is happening. And a big reason for boiled down to interest rate hikes, everybody. And what this means is that economic recessions have the potential to drive unemployment up, way up. And that's the fear a lot of Americans are grappling with right now. The idea of losing a job can be terrifying even during periods of economic stability, but losing a job during a recession can mean struggling to find work for months on end. Hopefully the next recession won't be as intense as the last one, and the idea of a 2-year recovery is surely not good. Now's the time for Joe Biden to do stimulus checks. I know many of you are also wondering the status of the $200 monthly benefit check from Chuck Schumer. Well, Chuck Schumer has released a plan to provide more than 60 million people with additional stimulus money. Schumer, alongside Senator Warren, have said that the plan would improve the lives of millions of people and stabilize the economy. And that's good news, everybody. This plan will give senior veterans and people with disabilities who have earned this benefit by contributing to Social Security with every paycheck an additional $4,000 over the next 2 years. And researchers have also found that increasing Social Security benefits have a large and immediate, significant positive impact. In fact, there is nearly a 1-to-1 ratio between the increase in supplemental Social Security benefits and an increase in consumer spending. So, President Biden definitely should do more for the American people and send out stimulus checks. If you guys agree, tell me in the comments down below. There is a ton of good news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits that I want you to know. Continue watching this video because you don't want to miss out on it. There is a new proposal on the negotiating table. This legislation could actually provide every taxpayer with a $100 one-time stimulus check once it's approved. Now everybody, here's some facts on this. The governor of Hawaii has proposed $100 refund bonuses to each taxpayer and dependent. Gas prices rise and fall, and it's nice to know that many states are doing their own duties to provide extra relief for those that are struggling. Among the governor's plans, it's a $100 refund for every taxpayer and for $100 each dependent. The governor said he will work with the legislature to get that money into people's wallets. Now, he said that the state has seen a better economic recovery from the crisis than expected. Now, the governor's initiative would cost the state $110 million from the general fund. It requires approval from the legislature, and House Speaker said it aligns with their plans to provide relief for working families. The House Speaker in Hawaii said it's something that we will definitely put on our radar screen, and will consider it and see if we can factor that into the state's budget this year. Now, there is also another stimulus proposal from Senate Republican Mitt Romney that's to revive the enhanced child tax credits from 2021. It could provide up to $350 in monthly payments. Romney's staff said his proposal has not been formally introduced and is currently under negotiation with both parties before being finalized.
And now I turn it over to my colleague, Representative Bruce Westerman.
Well, thank you, John, and thank you to our co-chairs of the Healthcare Task Force. And it's been an honor to work on this subcommittee with two medical doctors. I'm not a medical doctor. I got a lot of questions. Why do you want to be on the healthcare subcommittee, or on the Healthcare Task Force and on the treatment subcommittee? And the simple reason is because healthcare affects all of us. Healthcare affects the budget and the deficit that this country is running. It's great to have my former colleague Eric Paulson here, and Sue, welcome, and to everyone else. John was talking about his patient, and I think back to my oldest son, who's now 26. When he was 1 month old, he had a respiratory disease. I'm an engineer, I'm a forester.
And programs for that require the benefit recipient to work, volunteer, or receive an equivalent amount of job training for $80 hours a month. And President Biden, all the while, says this: he wants to permanently extend the credit. Joe Manchin has called for stricter provisions on this though. And the living wage for a family of four in nearly every state is above $60,000. Some states are more expensive than others, but it takes more than $81,000 to get by in California and $88,000 in New York. Now, according to economists, adding a work requirement would actually prelude the lowest income families who need the money the most. Therefore, it's putting people in a tough situation. If you guys agree, tell me in the comments down below.
Thanks, Senator Ernst. Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Kendall, I want to talk about this proposal to retire 33 F-22s that's part of the Air Force's budget submission. Now, I got to say, my ears perk up anytime the Pentagon talks about wanting to cut costs, and I am inclined to support you on this. But how we got here is a real problem. So the F-22 is a fighter jet designed to establish air superiority over enemies like Russia. The Air Force started buying them from Lockheed Martin in 1999 and said we would be using them until the 2060s. Secretary Kendall, you're Secretary of the Air Force, but you used to run the acquisitions program for the whole Pentagon. So I know you know all of the issues behind this. When the Air Force started buying F-22s in quantity, was the testing and development for this aircraft complete,